Hi, and welcome to another one of my free art lessons. I'm going to do something a little different for you today. I'm going to do a colorful fruit basket and bananas and so forth all combined in one little painting exercise. You're going to get to see this for the very first time because I don't think I've ever done one of these for you before. I'm going to pick up a little bit of my yellow. I've got an area of bananas over here, so I'll pick up a little bit of the yellow. I'll pick up a little bit of the yellow ochre. And again, I always emphasize to my students, to my friends, that it's important to understand that there's a variety of color that goes on within all the objects. In other words, bananas are not just yellow. Okay? So we're going to come in and have a little fun with this subject matter. And if you go outside the lines, that's fine. In other words, I've got a little bit of a basket back there. So if the paint goes over there, that's fine. We're going to come in with darks later and just sort of come in and paint that area and identify the difference between where the basket starts and the bananas are and so forth. We'll do that in a minute for you. The main thing right now is just to add a little color to it. I'll even pick up a little bit of my red. Now, I don't need that much red, so we'll tone it down just a little bit, but we'll have a little bit of red into this banana here. Remember, you're the artist, you're the boss, you're in charge. The colors that you use are your choice and your choice only. Don't let the subject dictate to you what colors you want to use. You pick what colors you want to use. We'll come down here. There's going to have a little shadow effect underneath, so I'll leave that alone. Now we're going to get into some apples here. And I don't know about you, but I like different kinds of apples, but the ones I like to paint the most are those that are nice and rich looking, nice and juicy looking, and nice and colorful looking. So we've got a little bit of red going on. We've got a little bit of our yellow going on, and I might even throw in just a little touch of some green. So I'll pick up a little bit of my hooker green, a little bit of my lemon yellow, and I'll get a nice clean mixture here of a light green. See how I've done that? So we'll add just a little touch of green to our apple. A variety of color will make your subject matter so much more interesting than if it's just all one color. You've heard the term red apple. That's fine if you're talking to the grocer. But when you're talking art, think in terms of colorful fruit. And that's what we want to paint today, is colorful fruit. A little more of the yellow there, a little bit more of the green up here, maybe even a little bit more of the green up there. Okay? Have fun with it. All right, a little bit more red. Let's add just a little bit more red into this apple. Ooh, it's already nice and juicy. Look at that. Moving right along, we're going over to a third apple now. And we'll come in with just a little bit of a yellow flavor or color here. A little touch of some green. But look at the variety of colors. Take a good close look at my apples now and look how colorful they are. And that's what I'm looking for in this particular subject matter, is color. Color is an inviting thing for the viewer. They love color. Let's go ahead and spend a little bit of time in the back here. We'll take and pick up a little bit of our yellow ochre, a little bit of our permanent matter lake brown, and we'll come in and we'll put in some colors for our basket back here. We want to anchor everything here, so we'll put a little background in. I'm painting around the edge of the apple in this case now. And if we want, we'll just take a little bit of that red. Remember, you are the boss. You are in charge as an artist. That's one reason why you became an artist, is so that you could be in charge. You can use your own creative ideas and talents to create what you want to create, not what the subject dictates. So have a little fun with that. Again, variety of color is important. There's an old saying that you should, every time you go back to your palette, should pick up another color. Well, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's not too far from the truth. Okay? So you want to go back and make sure that every other 2 or 3 brush strokes are, in fact, a different color. And we're doing the underpainting quickly here. I'm going to take just a moment and dry this, and then we'll come back in and put the finishing touches. But again, Look at the beauty of the variety of color going on. Let me dry this and then we'll put the finishing touches on for you. All right, we're going to put some finishing touches on this now. I'm coming over and to mix up some darker color. I'm picking up my permanent madder lake brown. I'm going to add to that a little bit of my ultramarine blue to get a little bit darker taste, flavor, color. And what I've done is I've added just a touch of the quinacridone rose. So watch what I do now. We've got this basket. It's sort of a weaved basket that are fairly common. Most folks will have this in their own household, and if you need to use it as a reference for yourself, and you can pick one out of the cupboard or wherever and have a little fun with it. So all we're doing is we're just putting in some finishing touches now with regard to this particular basket. I'm not going to spend too much time on this for you. I think you'll get the gist of the idea if I just take a couple of minutes and show you how we just paint sort of the weaves of this basket. Now I do want to do one thing for you. I do want to get a little darker around parts of the banana here so that the colors will stand out. So let me do that for you so you can see that. Now I'm going to come over and just pull some of this color over again and create this weave for us. And you can see basically what we've done here with regard to the weave. You can get more detailed if you want in your particular finish painting, but basically what I want to do is give you the gist of what we're doing here, and then you can take more time on your own and paint a little more detail or information in there for you. Okay? There we go. So we got the idea of that. Let's move on to our banana now. This is a fun part for us. I'm going to pick up a little bit of my yellow ochre, and I've got a little touch of my permanent madder lake as well, permanent madder lake brown. And I'm going to come into the area of the banana, and I'm going to create a shadow effect. I'm going to separate one banana from the other, and I'm going to do that with a darker tone or darker tonal value, so that you can see that happening. And again, this is something you can take a little more time on your own with and see how it works for you. You can spend more time that way. I'll take a little bit more with this banana right here, and then we'll put a couple of more darks on here. It'll all come into play for you. Okay. Let me take my my round brush in this case. We'll pick up a little bit darker color. We'll come up and put just a little bit of a richer dark at the top of the banana up here, and then just a couple of little dots and dashes. The heel of the banana down here with the base of the banana has that little area. We'll put those in for you, and a couple of little dots and dashes along here. Take your time with this on your own and do this, and you'll have a lot of fun. Make sure that you understand that you can add more or less information to your banana with shading and shadows and so forth, like that. A very simple way of painting bananas. We'll take and anchor that just a little bit underneath. So we'll have a little bit of a shadow effect there with the banana. Okay, just put it in the color like I did, using a 3/4 inch brush in this case. But now all of a sudden I've got the shadow effect where the banana is, right there. Let's come over and take just a moment. And let's start darkening up this banana just a little bit here. I'll pick up a little bit of my red. In this case, I'm going to pick up a little bit of my ultramarine blue deep, and we'll get a nice deep rich red for parts of this apple. Okay, all right, some little shadow effect, and then what you'll do is you'll simply come in and blend this color away like so. So we're separating one object, in this case one apple from another apple, one banana from and a banana from the apple, and so forth. Another little shadow effect down here. Take and pull this color away, and we'll put the stems on this particular idea here, and you'll see how much fun it is. Now, I did this in a short period of time. You can take as much time as you want to have fun with this. Let's go ahead and anchor these apples right here. A little shadow effect underneath is what I'm saying. And then what we'll do is we'll come in, we'll put a couple of stems on those, and we'll just do the stems roughly. Now you don't have to get too fancy. You can add more detail if you want. I tend to leave it nice and loose and fresh rather than a lot of detail. To me, it's more exciting, more interesting that way. That way the viewer gets to participate in your subject matter more so than if it has too much detail. Let's get a little fancier than that. One more of those rascals, and and we'll have it. Let's take and put a little bit of a darker area right in this area where the recess is, where that stem comes out. And that's how simple and easy it is to paint colorful fruit. Spend more time on your own doing it, but this will give you enough information that you can see exactly how to get started and how to get through most of it with the shadows, etc. Have fun with this. I know you're going to enjoy it. Thank you.